Hello there. We're going to go through every diatonic chord for all 12 keys. I'm going to start on C, and we're going to work grammatically through the keys up to B, and that is it. This is a reference video for you. Timestamps are below. So, starting in the key of C, this also assumes that you know all the chord types I'm going to be using, which are major 7, minor 7, dominant 7, and half diminished. These are the only chords involved in diatonic chord theory. Of course, there are variations to this, but you need to know the basic one first. So you're going to get used to the pattern, which is major 7, minor 7 for the second and third degrees, major 7 for the fourth degree, dominant 7th for the fifth degree, minor 7 again for the sixth degree, and half diminished for the 7th. Now, I have a video connected to this one, card link, link below and everything, to every chord in every key. Just play along with me really slowly in the same kind of way, but all different chords in all different keys. So if you put those two together and work through this, you're going to be really good with chords and diatonic chords as well. So starting the key of C, you're going to get familiar with this pattern of major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, half diminished. We're going to do it so many times you're going to get used to it. Enjoy the timestamps below if you'd like to jump to certain keys in particular. So, same chord, both hands, nothing too fancy, nice and slowly. Pause the video if you wish. So, key of C. I'll say them as we go along, of course. Major 7. Number 2 is minor 7. 3 is minor 7 again. Notice how I'm rolling the chord as well. I'm doing this. So 4 is F is major 7. 5 is dominant 7, which means you flatten the major 7 in its own key. I have a whole video on modal theory, how these chords come about. This is just going through them all. 6 is minor 7. C, E, G. B is half diminished, and I'll just explain how that works once. Every chord is based on a 1, 3, 5, 7 from its own key, and you alter the 3, the 5, or the 7 somehow. So with a half diminished, you get the minor, you get a 7, so you flatten the major 7 to get a flat 7, and you also flatten the 5 to get a flat 5. The diminished comes from the fact that there's a minor and a flat 5. And when a 7 is on top, it's called a half diminished. When there's a 6 on top, it's called whole diminished, but that's not in this video. Half diminished comes from that. So that's the key of C. So we'll jump up to C sharp, but I'm also going to do the same pattern in D flat, just so you get used to naming, conventions. We'll start with C sharp first. So again, I can see the scale of C sharp or D flat, because you label that it's the same shape, but you name the notes differently. And I remember this sequence of major 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, half diminished. And you just put the two together. That's it. So major 7, C sharp, major 7. Really slowly. D sharp, minor 7, which looks like E flat minor 7. But it's D sharp in the key of C sharp. We're on E sharp next, which is minor 7 as well. Looks like F minor 7, but it's E sharp minor 7 in the key of C sharp. Now we're in F sharp, so that's going to be the fourth, that's major 7. G sharp is the 5, so it's going to be dominant 7. Looks like A flat, but it's G sharp in the key of C sharp. Then we go to A sharp, which is the 6, is minor 7, which looks like B flat, but it's A sharp. And now we're on B sharp, which is going to be the half diminished. And then C sharp, major 7, because it's 1 again. So let's label them in D flat. Maybe I won't do that with all the keys, but you get the idea of why this. Well, I don't have to do it back because some keys are called theoretical keys. So D sharp doesn't exist because it's not in the cycle of fifths. A theoretical key is when there's at least one double sharp or double flat, so it goes beyond the cycle of fifths traditionally. So C sharp and D flat exist, but D sharp doesn't. E flat does, of course, my favourite key. I'll just do it once in D flat. So D flat, major 7. E flat, minor 7. F minor 7, because it's a third. G flat, major 7, because it's a fourth. A flat, dominant 7, because it's a fifth. B flat, minor 7, because it's a sixth. I'll speak less and less as the video goes on. I guess we'll speed up as you get used to the pattern. C, half diminished. And D flat again, major 7 because it's the 1. So now on the key of D, we look at this key of D. And we follow the pattern again. Major 7. Minor 7. F sharp, minor 7, it's the 3rd. G is going to be the major 7, it's the 4th. A is the 5, dominant 7. B is 6, minor 7. C sharp is the 7, it's half diminished. And D major 7 is this 1. Of course, some keys I'm going to start a bit lower because I've checked on my camera and I kind of see that E flat are my limits. So, on D, now D sharp doesn't exist, so E flat. So let's jump to E flat. Major 7. I'll let you say the next one. Minor 7 there. Next one. Minor 7 again. The 4th. Major 7. 5. Dominant 7. 6 is C, so minor 7. I'll just come down here. Still in the key of E flat, just drop down a hot octave. D, 7th mode, half diminished. And D flat, 1, major 7. Key of E now. So let's go from here. I might have to I'll jump down maybe on the B, just so we don't get too high. So E, F sharp, G sharp. You have to label them correctly. A, B, C sharp, D sharp. Major 7, of course, on the 1. There's lots of overlapping as well. F sharp has already been the 3rd of D, for example. Now it's the 2nd of E. F sharp, minor 7. I mean F sharp as a minor 7, of course. And later, because it's also, the minor 7 is also a 6, F sharp is the 6th of A, so it's also going to appear in the key of A. So G sharp is the 3rd, minor 7, looks like A flat, but it's called G sharp. A is the 4th. B is the 5. This one, I'm going to just jump down an octave to B7 here. Of course, on your own, you can play them anywhere. The whole piano becomes the key and the chord. C sharp is a 6, so it has to be minor 7. D sharp is going to be the half diminished. Looks like E flat half diminished, but it's D sharp. Key of E. And E again. Key of F now. Maybe I can just about start this one down here without knocking over my tripod. So key of F, lovely key, major 7. 2nd, minor 7. A, also minor 7. B flat, 4 has to be major 7. C, of course, is the 5. 5 is always dominant 7. 5 to 1 is a very, very common movement in music, if you listen. It's called a cadence. Go and read about cadences if you wish. So C is the 5th, it's a dominant 7, the key of F. D is the 6th, has to be minor 7. We've seen that before, it's the 2nd of C. It's going to be the 3rd of B flat, and it currently is the 6th of F. 7, strange one, half diminished. So E, minor, flat 5, dominant 7. Easy to find them. The more you play them, the more you get used to them. And F again, major 7 on its own key. F sharp is also going to be G flat, and we're not going to do G sharp or A sharp. We're only going to label them correctly as A flat and B flat. So, but this is the last one where it's going to be twice. So F sharp, major 7, of course. So first of all, the key, So just label it correctly. F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp. It can't be F and F sharp. You can't have a note which is in two places at the same time in one key. Major 7 on F sharp there. G sharp, minor 7. Looks like A flat, minor 7. 3 is also minor 7 on B flat. Oh, sorry, on A sharp. Looks like B flat. It's A sharp technically. 4 is major 7. It's a B in this case. On to C sharp now, which is the 5, so dominant 7. I'll keep playing that one a bit, just because it may be unusual for you. D sharp next is a 6. Looks like E flat, minor 7. That was also the second of D flat, because E flat's the second. So there's, again, lots of overlapping in these things. And now on F sharp, which is the half diminished. F minor, 7. And the B is a C flat, technically, it's a flat 5. You might call it a B in this key, actually. And F sharp, major 7, one of itself. So we'll now do them as G flat. So G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat, F, G flat. So I'll just run through them again a little bit more quickly, but I'll label them correctly. G flat, and it also feels different, it looks different. A flat, second, minor 7, third, B flat, minor 7. That's major 7 on the 4 there, the B. D flat, dominant 7. 6 is E flat. F half diminished. G flat. Well, the key of G now, with the F sharp in it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just a reminder once again, major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, half diminished. Major 7, minor 7. 3 is B, minor 7 is coming up already in my mind. C major 7 is the 4th. Now the next one is already in my head. 5 is D, it has to be a dominant 7. 6 is the E, minor 7. I did that on purpose, by the way. That's just a bit of, bit of mood. Now F sharp, half diminished. That's a 7th mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 F sharp. The more you play it, the better you'll get. G major 7, one of itself. Okay, so not G sharp, doesn't exist, it's a theoretical key. A flat. I'll play it slowly. A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat. Bit of a weird one. If you can play it descending as well as ascending, then you can truly say you know it, and you can truly say you know a major scale when you can play it from anywhere. So I could play the A flat scale from the C, for example. I'm not thinking about the key of C. All I'm looking at is that key of A flat all the way up the piano, but I'm starting from C. So what I actually did there was play a Phrygian. Sounds very fancy, but I'm just playing the major scale of A flat from its third. But I'm playing it from the C. So I was playing C Phrygian there. Anyway, so did I? Yeah, I've done the keys in A flat, have I not? No, I haven't. Let's do A flat then. Major 7. B flat's coming up next. It has to be a minor 7. And C is the next one. It has to be minor 7. And D flat's coming up. It's the 4. Major 7. E flat has to be dominant 7. It's the 5. 6. Minor 7. Let's keep playing that one. G is going to be half diminished. Look at that in the key of G. G, minor, 7, flat 5. Easy when you know the major scales. 7th, of course, A flat is 1, major 7. Very nice. Where are we now? A. Oh. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, half diminished. Label them correctly. It's C sharp, F sharp, G sharp. It's not G flat or A flat or D flat. Sharp, it's a sharp key, A, 3 sharps, major 7. B is coming up next. Has to be minor 7, which it has been the 3rd of in G and the 6th of in D. C sharp is the 3rd, it's a minor 7. D is coming up, has to be a major 7 in D, because it's the 4th of A. E is a 5, it's dominant 7. F sharp, as I said earlier, F sharp is the 6th of A, has to be minor 7. It was the 2nd of E and the 3rd of D, and now it's the 6th of A. Minor 7, lots of overlapping. G sharp is the, well, it's 6, 7, half diminished. Sorry. It looks like A flat, but it's called G sharp in the key of A. And major 7. Sometimes a song comes to my mind and I play a chord from a song, not naturally, so something like that. So, okay, we've done A. Now on B flat, because A sharp is a theoretical key. B flat's a nice key. B flat, C, D, E flat. These are the 2 flats, B flat and E flat. F, G, A, B flat. Draw the shape. And we'll go through again. This time I'm not going to say anything. Say it to yourself. I'll do 4 chords really slowly for each one, like 4 beats. See what's coming next. Next. Should be on the next one already. Next. Last one. A half diminished, the 7th. And on 1 again. Now on the key of B, that's a sharp key, 5 sharps. B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B again. So, I'm not going to speak again, see if you can follow along. I'll do this one really slowly because it's probably less familiar to you. Maybe I'll play it 8 times. 2nd degree, C sharp. Next key. Looks like E flat, but it's D sharp. See the next key. Next one. Sorry, so that's 5. I do apologise. It's F sharp 7. G sharp, minor 7. So A sharp, half diminished. Okay, got it in the end. That's A sharp, half diminished. Back on B for 1. And of course we've done C. Which is very easy because it's all white notes. But if you want to do that very simply, this is how you can just reinforce all the shapes. Major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, half diminished. You don't need to move your fingers at all because it's just a white note scale. But you want to be able to do that in all the keys, of course. So that is the diatonic challenge, let's say. So there you go. Hope it's been of use to you. As always, likes, comments, subscriptions are always welcome. Have a look at my video management website or Water Pianism Syllabus, that's Patreon, and all my playlists. And I'll see you in the next video. All the best, and bye for now.